found out this week that April is National Foot Health Awareness Month. So in honor of that, I want to talk about going minimal, right? We're talking about shoes and footwear in general, right? We've talked about that a lot in my practice, probably with most of you. And I've talked about it for years. The feet, of course, are a critically important part of your structure. They're where you, as a human, interface with the earth, and you collect a tremendous amount of data potentially through your feet. Unfortunately, in our culture, we like to create very firm, very uniform, and very safe surfaces to interact with. And we also like to wrap up our wonderful feet in overly tight dress shoes, high heels that put us at weird angles, or even just really thick athletic shoes that are designed to take away the job of supporting our systems from our feet and put it on some externalized tool, right? The tool itself isn't bad, it's just the impact tends to be somewhat negative in what it does for the body, right? So the feet themselves, pretty amazing, I guess, from a geeky perspective, part of the structure, 26 bones each, 52 bones total, which is a quarter of all the bones you own, 33 joints in each foot, right? And what are joints made to do? They're made to move, articulate, and experience the world, right? Also, the feet happen to be the area with about the third highest concentration of proprioceptive cells, right? Now, proprioceptors are those aspects of the nervous system that help us understand where we are in space, where we are relative to ourselves and to others. So proprioceptors are the reason I can close my eyes and touch my nose, right? They work without you having to do anything. They just take in data from the world. Now your feet, if you're barefoot or going more minimal, and especially on natural variable surfaces, they take in an incredible amount of information that can really feed your system and either allow you some good feedback and, oh, I need to move in a particular way in order to be more free, or they, when they're wrapped down in tight shoes or overly padded shoes, they just kind of numb out and they kind of follow the if you don't use it, you'll lose it method of learning, right? So, first, as usual, huge encouragement to move around barefoot as much as possible. We talk a lot in here about having open, adaptable, pliable support in the feet. And you really want to allow that ease for greater overall health and information flow between you and your world. But sometimes we've got to wear the shoes, right? So I wanted to just put out a couple options here. I know I've spoken specifically with some of you on this channel about specific shoe options, but let me just run through a couple that I happen to like a lot. My current favorites and new ones are called Xeros with an X, right? They make all sorts of shoes, from running shoes to sandals to like little kicks like this. You can see they're wrapped up. They have protection for the toe, got a little bit of tread, a little bit of pad, but here's the key. You can roll them up, twist them, right? When you're walking on stuff, even if it's sidewalk, they're gonna respond. They're gonna ask your feet to respond, right? Which is cool. They also make a cool sandal for, the hot summers in Texas. These ones have some tread and a little bit of pad, but again, boom, super pliable. This right here, not the shoe, but what I'm doing with it is a great test for like, okay, is this a good minimal shoe, right? My runners, some Merrells, right? Also a little bit of padding, but pretty much, and a little bit of grip, but pretty much a barefoot kind of concept here, all right? You guys have seen me in these for years. These are my Sanooks. It's basically a flip-flop, so it's a little thicker with some wrapping around it. But again, you can see easy, pliable movement and feedback. And then, of course, the ones we all know and love and probably deride, the Vibram 5 Fingers. These are basically a piece of rubber wrapped around your foot. So if you want to get ambitious and you don't mind about looking goofy, right? These are awesome because you can do everything with them, okay? The key here when you're moving to minimal shoes, as many of you may know, is you might need to stage it right? Your feet, if they've been wrapped up in thick shoes, are likely asleep somewhat, and you're going to ask those muscles to work and move in a different way. You're going to demand that the ligamentous bed in your foot stretches and moves, and truthfully, you might get sore. So you want to kind of work your way in gently as you do it, but push that edge, let your body get that open feedback it wants, right? And to close on this tip of the week with one last bit, pro tip, if you're an REI member, you can return things, including shoes, for up to 12 months, even if they're used. So try that out. Hope this has been helpful. Feel free to post questions or comments below, and I'll look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Thanks.